Hey, it's week 11 in the trenches building Flash, and last week I had a conversation that crystallized everything we've been building towards. I was talking with someone who hosts a podcast where he interviews institutional players about Bitcoin Treasury operations. When I asked him how most companies actually handle Bitcoin Treasury, his answer was better than any market research we could have commissioned. Basically, he said, honestly, most are still pretty ad hoc. CFO gets conviction, they buy, it lives in a spreadsheet, and the process is whatever the finance team improvises until an auditor asks a hard question. He also said that the gap I keep seeing is that companies want to know what a mature process looks like before they buy, not after. So the demand is really on the governance template and board ready reporting side. That single insight validated months of positioning work and operator conversations. It also explains something we'd been observing in our design partner cohort. Right now, we're approaching the point where first invoices will be flowing through Flash next week as part of that cohort, which means that we've been in deep onboarding conversations with our phase one businesses. The pattern has been consistent. These operators already handle both Bitcoin and payment rails at small scale manually. They're not struggling with the mechanics of buying Bitcoin or accepting payments. They're struggling with what comes after. So, how to systematize it, how to report on it, how to build repeatable processes around it. One conversation last week reinforced this as well. There's a treasury focused operator that described complex payment flows. So he gets paid in fiat, needs to convert into Bitcoin, and then is pays out to users via the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So the technical execution isn't the blocker. It's building the operational framework that makes this sustainable and auditable. And that's exactly what the podcast host was describing at the institutional level. The same pattern, just a different scale. This is why we built Flash as treasury automation, not just payment processing. Companies don't need another way to accept Bitcoin payments. They need the governance layer that makes Bitcoin treasury actually work for real businesses. The infrastructure pieces, which are custody, compliance, reporting, these have to work together as a system, not as separate tools that you try to connect manually. Next week, we'll see the first live invoices flow through the platform. That's when we really start learning how these treasury workflows perform under real business conditions. And if you're running a Bitcoin aligned business and you're dealing with similar treasury challenges, we're onboarding a small group of companies for our design partner program. There's limited spots, and we're building the waitlist now, so do reach out and join. Otherwise, we'll be back next week with another update on what we're learning as we build this infrastructure. So see you then.